Good, this should work. Hello. Sorry for taking so long. I had like a bunch of stuff that was like stopping me from starting. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. So, how are we doing today? I'm just sorting my desk quickly because I will stream for like 3 hours is the goal. Maybe 3.5, and then I will be gone. I wanted to go live sooner, but it just did not work out. It's like there was like so much going on. I'm sorry, even on a Sunday. My Sunday scheduling is always off. However, next Saturday and Thursday and Friday not, but like Thursday there will be some stuff. Okay, I'm sitting down. What the hell? The Novo Vantage. Where's my second window? Where's my YouTube chat? Yes, the other one is my YouTube chat. Okay. Dude, Windows 11 is like it's a thing. Just give me a few seconds setting up. I hope everything works how it worked last time, because last time was not that. But it worked. It worked well. It worked. It worked well enough. Let's say it like this. Oh, we want royalty-free fantasy music. We want royalty-free fantasy music. Yeah. Let's see. Good. We have music. Gut. An sich gut, aber es kamen jetzt 10.000 Sachen irgendwie. Das war jetzt etwas ätzend. Aber ja, abseits davon gut. So. Back on topic. Let's get some coffee. I know my setup is not good. I'm working on a different setup for this. Like, I have like 2 setups that I want to try out. But for that I need a new cam. I think the audio is a bit quiet. I want to do some other music in the background, but I got a nice let's call it kindly a letter. No, it was a mail. I got notified by if you heard about them. Yeah, Henry Cavill is like super into Warhammer. He's like a tabletop player. I mean, what is Henry Cavill not into, right? I mean, that's the thing. I think the man is like, wait a second. I need to like put you away quickly. The cable is going the wrong direction. This will go hopefully this will move more. Yeah. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also like the thing about the Warhammer stuff, I wanted to see like the new series that had like also not only Warhammer but also the Armored Core part. I forgot the name of the series. It's like short episodes of stuff, right? That's the one I still need to watch. I think that is like something cool. Also, you need to play something soon, but I need to work on stuff. So while I have time, I want to stream this, so we can at least talk. You know, how's the teaser for the 50th anniversary of Super Sentai is out, dude? I wish I could watch that shit live on stream, but remember what I said earlier about like I got an email? Yeah, I got an email and a letter from a representative of Gamer. And that basically I need to be like very, very careful about what I show. And they said, well, if I want to show stuff, I need to pay money, you know, the gamer fee. I'm just getting rid of the grass. I just so you know, I tried to like reapply a bit of the grass the other day, a little bit. I don't want to try it, to be honest. I don't want to try it because if there's like music that has a copyright on it, I get like in trouble a bit. Which is why I'm like focusing on copyright-free music, or like of the game I show. Because like I don't know which music plays in the trailer. And if they are like under gamer, if they are under gamer, I'm not touching that. It's a bit weird that like that starts now because I have like literally no viewers. Yeah, I would do that. Sure. Send it over on Discord. Gladly, my friend. So, what we are trying to do today is I will show you why. So the topic of this, of what I'm trying to explain today, is a bit like on the topic of like cost efficiency and like what you get out of that. So, I don't know if I ever shown. Yeah, I think I showed the pond last stream, you know. So this is the pond, you know, with the tree and the coloring, you know. Dubai chocolate could be today again. It has dried. Dubai chocolate has dried. It looks like this now. It's looking good. A bit of like the base comes through on this, but it's not that bad because we grass it anyways. Anyway. But this is more thick Dubai chocolate, you know. This is like more of the Dubai chocolate for you. So it dried well. Everything went good. What I wanted to show was like basically the main thing I want to show. I need to turn up my volume a bit, I think, a teensy tiny bit, like 1 decibel, and then I'm happy. Okay. So what I wanted to like camera. I need to like configure video, a teensy tiny bit more color. And a little less wide. Like this. Okay. Cool, it changed everything back when I pressed the button, I think. So, I usually this should have like real wood colors, you know. So this is like painted, of course, and 3D printed. This is fine. This is great. You know, I think I've got the wooden effect of like an old tree stump that has lost its color. I think I got that very, very well in there, right? However, that is 3D printed. So there's like other stuff you can 3D print. I have like a few things prepared. So this is like, for intents and purposes, this is a tree stump. You know? It's just a 3D printed tree stump. Nothing special. Has a good texturing, looks like a little tree. Everything you want to. However, this is very important. I would never, and I mean never, except if it's like very urgent and like it's Sunday like today, and I needed to like print something for today, I would never print something like this. These are, well, these are like decorative sticks. If it focuses. You see them everywhere. They literally cost, I need to cover up that the company that makes them because stuff. But these cost me like one package of them, there, like €1. You know, it's not much. It's like literally you get like the set out of them, get them for €1. If I would 3D print this, I thought they were SIGs. Yeah. If you 3D print them, they cost like, say, let's be real, they cost maybe around about like one of these sticks would cost 5 cents in 3D print. Plus the electricity, of course. However, we are responsible adults and we know that that shit is like wasteful as fuck, because it's also like, there's like so much plastic waste that can happen through like 3D printing, especially on round objects, except if you print them like this, where they stand up, then you have basically no waste, but you need to paint it, and the paint costs money, and the paint is not cheap. Like miniature paint usually is not cheap, except if you go like to, say, best example, you go to like a convenience store and get like the colors and mix them yourself, you get by cheaper. But yeah, so but it looks less authentic, right? That's the thing. Yeah, good knee slapper, right? I say while I literally like tend to drink on stream and stuff. So the thing about these sticks is, we're like literally like saving work time and workload by getting these. You could also go outside and just get sticks, like literally just go outside and get sticks and like put them into like space. The interesting thing about this is you want to basically, or let's start like this. These sticks have one purpose. These sticks have the purpose to be like wooden logs in like miniature format, you know? We get another one of my proxies that I keep even though it's broken. It's just like for measurement. Like one of these is like about like 2.5 spaces wide, right? And like they're like those big logs that you would find, you know? And if you like put them on top of one another, which is, by the way, a very big bitch to 3D print. Like, wooden stacks with, like, spaces in them is always shitty. But, like, yeah. If you put 3 on top of one another without them breaking down... I got it earlier. Sorry. I tried to make it happen. A little tower of, like, sticks. God damn it. Sticks, please. Like this, then you have like a nice stack of wood, you know, for like a woodcutter's camp, like a lumberjack camp, you know. Like you could like place a tree like there or something like that. You could like build stuff with that. The other thing I always buy and have like spades of for like building. I will get it out because I bought a new spool. It's like literally cord. Like, please focus. Hello. Camera. Camera! I would do it like this. Like, little, like, cord that just, like, is looking like a little bit of rope. Because you can do so much shit with that. It's like... For miniatures, it looks like a little piece of rope. which is great, because if you do it like this, where, for example, you would get these, which we are doing later, you imagine you're like, you have like a setting of like a lumberyard, you know? They like have like those big logs standing around, and they need to save it for the winter, you know? We're like, remember, we're like role-playing for medieval society. So it would take like 3 of these, put the cord under it, of course. Put 3 on top of one another. Hope that it holds. And then like real people would do. I know that wooden logs usually are a bit heavier, but some woods are lighter, so they would actually like, and like especially in stormy regions, they could fall apart. Not typically, of course, but sometimes they would. You could just like bind them together a bit, which did not work well because I was like a bit not too lenient. We try that again. Best is, of course, you take the biggest one at the bottom and then go smaller up top. Makes the entire work easier, like this. So the weight is just like not an issue. And if it works, which please do. Ah, that fuck, man. Combine them together. Fixate them. That's like the important part. Fixate them. Now we have like them on top of one another. Do a loop and fuck it up. Jesus Christ, René. Ah, you fool! You've wasted me. You've failed me for the last time, Reneken. Let's try it again. At some point it will work. It's a bit like, of course, like a bit of manual work. You could like fixate them another way. You could like glue them together. But I don't like gluing random stuff together. I think it's like super wasteful, and it doesn't really add much to like, it just makes everything more static. Let's try it again. Maybe with the smallest log on top. That's like a big problem usually. Like when they hold well, but if they don't, which is why I want to bind them together, by the way. So we're going now into like the dead center, because these are not cooperating properly. Make the small loop for fixating beforehand. Pull it a bit together. That small wooden log is just such an asshole, man. It is just like fucking up on purpose. So we have one of them, right? We do the other one on the other side. And then we have like 2 loops. They're basically like ropes that are bound to like hold the stuff in place. If it would work. Please, don't be a bitch. Thank you. So we're taking a tool, which would be like scissors or something like that. I take the thing I have right next to me. The next thing I could cut something with is like my side cutters, which are like absolutely fine for doing that as well. You could take like a normal household knife. Hello? Oh my god, my camera stopped. Why did my camera stop? Help? Camera? That is a bit weird. Did my camera just break? Hello, camera? So we have a little problem right now. My camera is just frozen. That is a bit weird. Dio. Now you see my belly and now you see nothing. Oh, now it works again. What the fuck was that? Well, we've beaten Dio. Now we will come back. Now we will come back in like 100 years. I hope you're ready. So now, what we still need to do is cut. So we cut that rope here. And then we cut it here. And if everything works properly now, which it should, of course, we can set it up and do it like this now. Of course it doesn't work right now. Why is it not working? Jesus Christ. Of course it happened. God damn it. Okay, let's try it again. We need one more stick. I am a stick. Is there by a way like a law? I need to look into that. A law against like reading audiobooks on stream? Like making your own audiobook. Or is it transformative enough? I hate it right now. Okay. This did not work. Fuck you, little loop. Because I would be interested if I, for example, if I just wanted to read, for example, The Lord of the Rings on stream, could I do that without like repercussions? Because there's audiobooks about it, right? But like copyright law would say because I use it like in a transformative way because I'm reading it, so I'm having my own spin on the thing. Oh, I don't want to use glue, man. I have another idea what we are doing. I need weights. We're doing the thing that the people in the past did as well. We're taking like 2 weights. The right solar cannon will screw you, okay. I did not know that. I was just interested, like, in general, if, like, people could just start reading books on stream. Okay. Thank you. By the way, which color do you want to have your chess pieces? I think I have white, and I think I have black, and I think I have gray. Or should I just paint them as well? And if yes, tell me the color. I don't know if I will do it today, but I want to do it at the start of the week, at latest at Thursday. Like, I have like 3 opened cans because I started like with I need all 3 of them. I need gray for like as a foundation. So like it. Wait a sec. Not your model. I mean about your chess pieces. You know. Chess. The ones you gave me last Friday? Yeah, last Friday. Not the one we had just right now, but the one before. Which color do you need them in? Base black, okay. Yeah, I will prime stuff, which is like, I will do that during the week. I think I will do it on Wednesday or on Thursday. But I think Wednesday will not be possible if I have it right in my calendar, so on Thursday. Because starting Thursday, I have like vacation. And since we don't play on Friday, I also have Friday. So, now we move a bit like of the little cord here, so it looks like some people bound them, and maybe we cut it off a bit closer to the knot, like this. So with 1 stack of wood. Finally, after all this time, we have 1 stack of wood. So we can do the second one now. We still have like 6 pieces. Again, way better than 3D printing those, because if you have them, like, they look just like more normal. And in theory, like, it gives a bit of like more actual physics into that instead of like having a perfect 3D model for everything. So yeah. Also, it gave me like an excuse to like visit the. We have like a decorations shop now nearby, which is like actually kind of big. So like that helps. I will also start using the hard foam that you gave me last year for my birthday. I will use it very soon. I think I will like design a bit of terrain very soonish, because like the base tiles I've covered, and now I want to use that for more special shit. So we're binding those together in the hopes to not fuck up everything. So very tight. One more knot just to secure it a bit. We need to be able to push it around a bit. Just the wood does not need to be like movable still. Which I fucked up probably, yeah. Yeah, way to lose. Oh my god. That's the only big disadvantage about doing it that manually. I haven't done that in a while, like building terrain. But which is why this is like perfect for this. But I need it for my next few sessions, so... I just saw what you wrote, Gara. Remand paint the chest color, the color pink for war. I don't know about that. Did you know that, like, in Russia, they are, like, actually using, like, Russian soldiers were found with, like, Warhammer-esque insignias? Because, like, there's, like, one guy who makes them, and he wanted to do some for the Russian army. I mean, like, that being said, like, the army getting them is, like, I don't want Russia to win this and say it like this. But, but I find the prospect of it a bit funny, TBH. If I could get that fucking loop around. Okay. Let's take our trusty tools for that. The intended way to make this like that. I don't like it like this, but... I just wanted to show how much skill I have in, like, creative shit. But I don't. I am the Lorex and I speak for the trees. Fuck you, pretty please. Also, this can be a bit closer. If this, like, these are, like, robbing my nerves. Remember how I said how easy that is? And, like, how easy you could assemble, like, a few logs on top of another? Yeah, usually you can. Pull them harder. Oh my god, it did not work. Well, it worked a bit. So we're like improvising. Fuck it. We're improvising. So that knot is like sitting a bit. I don't know why it unfocuses on the very thing I'm trying to build here. I mean, yeah, true that. I could do that. The funny thing is, usually I've never had problems with that. Like, actually, I've done this like 2 or 3 times for like way back when I played Warhammer actively. I made like a agri world that was like also mining lumber for some reason. So I did that once or twice already, but like I never had like that many problems with this. Especially since you like literally do not. Like it's like this, you pull it very hard, so now it's fixated. As hard as you can, and then you just do another knot. Then you pull it again, and out of that state, you pull it even harder. And then it worked as good as it could have. I think the first stack looks better than the second one, but we have 2 like giant stacks of wood, which is what I wanted for props. Because now, if you say it like that, it's like nearly human tall, which is like, which is good if you compare the two. Which is what I wanted to have. It's about 3 spaces wide, not exactly. If you have like two of these. It's more like a bit more than 2. But if you put it like right there, like this, then you have like 3 spaces covered. So it's like basically like 3 times 2 spaces as an obstacle. Or if we go onto grass. It would look like this in practice. And if we have 2 of them, like this, we have 2 piles of wood. Hooray! Congratulations to us. Congratulations. So, we have made like 2 little props. Isn't that great? I know, stunning. What you could also do is like, if I would have them, but I don't sadly. If we have like here for like ice cream, the wooden popsicle thingies. If you have them, you just could like make bridges and stuff, like rope bridges. But I don't. I have made a pulley system with this at some point, but I don't have any pulleys right now, so we cannot do anything complex mechanically with a bit of like rope, which is not that bad, but it would be nice if we could have done something like that. However, what we can do is we save these for some other time, put them into like the giant ball of cord. And now we have new bases. So I found a new basing system for like my terrain. Right now my terrain is based upon these. So to explain, these have like basically 2 ways to connect. I think I did a stream. There's like these little dots here. On the other side there's like round magnets. Also you could like take these click connectors here and connect them that way. So again, to explain, you have magnets. Magnets, how do they work? If I put them together, bang, they work together. I can move them. It's great. They're not the strongest magnets. If I do it hard enough, they fall apart. But you don't move the map too much, right? This is a new system. And if it works, it's better. Way better. Because like it's a third-party system. It's composed out of like these 2 aspects. This is the entire base. This is just like to make to close in the magnets. And you go with, I will drop these small things here. These hands show the audience. Dude, where's my camera focusing? There. These are small connectors. So it's like it's basically a giant like set to make these interchangeable. So you will glue these teeth under these bases with this thing here. This is like basically the gluing thing. And then you can like basically take this to like put out the top of the base. So we're trying this with like a new tile I have printed. If I find the tile that I've printed, that works great. I have like literally like 1,000 tiles here, you know, and I don't have one that is not connected. Great. There. That's the chest. I think I have unconnected tiles here. Or not. Where the fuck are my unconnected tiles? Oh, they're down here. I found them. Have I glued them all together? Am I stupid? There's a tile. Here's 2 tiles. We don't need more. Well, now I've done a bad. Well, that is a problem for René in like the future. Don't look at the man behind the curtain, please. I'm just like... Give me 1 second. Good. So, what this system is basically, and again we're trying it out, is like to make tiles exchangeable, which saves me a lot of like money, and B, saves a lot of waste. Okay? Which will mean that all of these bases I have will be actually made defunct, let's say it like that. We will split up the bases at some point. I know it's like bad practice, but it is the thing I want to do if it works, because I've been looking for a system like this for a while, and now that I've found it, it makes it so much easier, because basically like your entire thing becomes Minecraft. You know, that's my biggest annoyance, is that if I want to have like mixed spaces, you cannot do them, but this entire thing makes you also like be able to have custom tiles. So for example, if I have like 4 of these in like a 1x1 instead of like a 2x2, you know, where I have like only one of these spaces, or like if you have like this and have like a bunch of like these 1 spaces, you can just put like, I want to have stone here, grass here, mud there. Basically, like, you can make like Minecrafty looking stuff, or like more real looking stuff, let's say like this. Of course, like, I won't throw away like the 2x2 tiles and 3x3 tiles. I just want to try out that system and see how much worth it has. So what we're getting is, we're getting my magnets. How do they work? And we're looking into that system. So... And it is entirely compatible with the things I already have, so there's like no pressure to do that. So, where these... I just need to look into the model if there's like something I haven't seen. But yeah. So in theory, if I do this, it should work. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that actually worked so well that I pulled them out. But I cannot pull them out on the sides, I think. Oh god, no magnets. Magnets, please. The magnets are fucking me over. So what we are taking to make this work is I got something quickly, and that's so I don't die. We have super glue. Super glue! So this super glue will fuck us over at some point. Because I know, as always, like, I use super glue so often, and my fingers are always ending up, like, stuck to each other. So super glue has been opened. It has been opened. And now we are very careful. A drop here. That was a big drop. Very little super glue. Don't take too much. Like, it should form like a bubble. As I think I say every year, the Game Awards are a sham, so I actually don't give too much. Like, the problem with the Game Awards for me... Oh god, Okay, I nearly glued my hands together. But I did a mistake here. That is bad. Let's see if it still works. So the problem with the Game Awards is just like, it's a popularity contest. It doesn't mean anything. And in the end, everyone is just like, oh, it's the game that everyone was hyping this year. Who would have thunk? So yeah, now I can like press these little teeth in there, and if I go like this and do, well, and do this, I can kick them out. Okay, this works. Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at my fingers, I already have like some super glue here and also there. It's like always with me. I just am so careless with super glue. But I know how to remove it, basically, usually. But like, my entire thumb is like full of like hardened out super glue. So yeah, I hate that. But you need to be like very careful. Like, people at home, be careful with fucking super glue. It can be fucking dangerous. So let's try another base. So 8 magnets. This should fit on that. And now we have careful with the super glue. Because I know if I'm not careful, I will die. It's always the fucking same. Most accidents that happen to me is like literally me being way too careless. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, this looks a bit better, but it's not perfect. Maybe I should like take the normal glue for that, but I do not like the normal glue because I think you saw that when like one of these things falls down, the normal glue, it just falls apart. It's like, but yeah. So, now we have this here. This is one of the bases that you can use for gluing stuff to your parts. Not your private parts, but the parts for like your map building. So you're just putting like all of the 4 teeth in here. By the way, the teeth are so tiny that you lose them easily, so yeah. I also would recommend not doing it like I did right now and have them be random, but like actually have a system behind how they should be oriented. I don't know if it makes a difference, but we will see. So we try again. Also, I need a 4th one. I only took 3. Yoink. So we're trying that now. The problem I have is like, of course, how reusable are these? You know. 1, 2. So now I have like all 4 on them. And these bases are made so that these fit perfectly. Where they should fit perfectly if I would actually make them fit. I need my knife. 1 sec. I have my knife. But yeah, like Game Awards in general, back to that topic, like I think they're like big nothing burgers. Like people want to have their game be the game of the year so they can tell other people usually how their game won. I am turning British. Morty. It will get bloody. Remember, a quick reminder that I can't see blood, so if I fall unconscious because I cut myself, well, don't call an ambulance, please, directly. It would be embarrassing. But if that happens, I would call off the stream, actually. Because other than that, I cannot think straight for like an hour or 2. So, let's see if it fits now, or if it's like still at one corner where it like lifts. Nope, it's perfect. So now this fits in there, right? This fits right there where the things are. And now you do the following. You take normal glue for this. You don't take super glue for this. Super glue bad. For things that you may want to detach again. Super glue bad. Okay. If the normal glue would not be like clogged up. Which it is. Oh my god. One sec. But yeah, but I like the trailers from the thing. I'm looking forward to the new Elden Ring thing. That looks and sounds very fun. And a bit different from like all of the Soulsborne games. There's like that giant clog of like glue in there. I need to wash my hands very soon because I have like glue on my hands. It's a bit disgusting. But anyway, so you take normal glue because again, new Watch Dogs game. You mean Watch Dogs or you mean the Naughty Dog game? Ah. And why was that? It just doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? We take the easy solution. Where's my brush for gluing? My gluing brush. There it is. But why did people downvote it? I haven't seen anything about it. So now we press that on that with a bit of force. And now if my good friend did, of course, hang them all over here. We're fixating that. Okay. But isn't that what we literally like said about like actually going back into like all of the, and I said like in big quotation marks, woke politics and stuff like that. Isn't that what we actually wanted? Just to have like, okay, how to write a good female character, and it's like, okay, have them be like a male character that is good written, but switch their gender. So is it that bad? I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. I think you're referring to that, Spike, right? Like I don't see the problem with like having like a female lead. I think people are like allergic to female leads, but only if they are not hot. Like Stellar Blade, for example, right? Like that main character. Sorry to say, that looks like a sex doll. Like no real woman looks like that. And people are saying like, yeah, power to that character, and I'm like, dude, you're like so brain rotted if you think that's how a real person looks like. I did not. Even though like people tell me it would be up my jam because it's like I love bounty hunting stuff. And it's like literally that. We're just like waiting until the glue is like a bit hardened. And then we're trying that out, if it works. Which is why I made 2 tiles, so we can like wait for a second and then like... Then I should actually watch it. Good now. The tiles did not work. Shit. Okay, for the sake and purposes, even though I said do not do that, we are using my old reliable. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I did a big mistake. The super glue dropped next to the thing. The thing about rules being broken is I want to have it like this will bite me in the ass at some point, right? So imagine if you have like just so you understand where I'm coming from. Imagine this breaks. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. I think oh no. Like imagine if this breaks and I want to switch out the things under the stuff, you know. Oh no, where is it glued? It did not work at all. Well, this is sad actually. I hoped it would work, but somehow it did. Oh my god, my fingers are glued together. Oh god. I hate super glue. I hate super glue so much. It's so efficient, but it's so shit. It does what it tells you what it does. God damn it, super glue. You never had the cheese I wanted. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it with a new batch of like teeth that don't have super glue on them, okay? We're not trying super glue teeth that we've already used. I have like a batch of like 40. They take like 5 minutes to print. Okay, 4 new teeth. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. We need to also focus the camera a bit here. So you see what I'm doing. I'm doing literally on the other side of the table. Okay, let's try it again. 4 teeth into there. Rules are meant to be broken, by the way. You heard it first here. Rules are meant to be broken. Socrates said so, apparently. Oh god. Which reminds me, we still have like a round of Civ running, right? And a round of Warhammer 3. Okay, let's do it again. With the super glue, okay? Because it's easier right now. Just for demonstration purposes. 1 drop of super glue on there, right? 1 drop. 1 drop. Nothing more, nothing less, okay. Now we take the base that we've like properly worded. And try to fixate that for like a minute. So we have like a minute of like talking about stuff. Also, I'm switching the music. I cannot hear that fantasy ding ding dong, plin plin plon. How about we switch over to... Shall we switch over to electro jazz? Electro swing, I mean. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's like the best that we have right now, which is like music-wise that I actually like. But we're not taking the first thing we always take. We take a random one out of the middle. Mix them. What's the... It's a song. I don't know. So, sorry if you don't like the music. We could also... Is there royalty-free metal? Probably, right? But it's like... Probably symphonic metal or something like that without singing. You know of like... Which reminds me... Like this song reminds me of the Ich bin eine Blume song we had last time. Which was a bit weird. Ich bin eine Biene. Aha, it worked. Now it looks like this from the underside and this from the top side, right? So if this works proper, this is like the base. We should be able to do this. Oh, one of the... Okay, now we have a base, and if I do like this... Well, now I see the big disadvantage of this. Well, two of them ripped off already. Okay. So in theory it works, but in practice I need to have it glued for longer. The glue needs to dry actually. So we are like doing the one thing that we should do. Today is a bad day to understand German. Okay. But yeah, the oh my god. Super glue, please. Okay, we wait for that a bit. Also, let's rub off the rest of the glue. So we now know that it works. So in theory it works. In practice it's a bit different. But yeah, let's try that again. With like only 2 teeth. It doesn't matter. The attaching works. However, I do not understand how to detach it proper. Like this. I think I need one where I have like only 4 spaces, so I have like an entire thing. Because that's a big bag. But in theory it works. It's better than what I had before, like, because now I can make like, say, 100 of these. Where the 3x3 spaces, right? There are like 64 of them. Wait, I need to do calculations. 8 times 3 is like 24, right? So I need 12 times 12 to make like an entire map only out of 2 times 2 spaces. Yeah. And I can make 2 x2s by like putting like a 4-1 on top of them. Yeah. But this is working. This is great. Okay. Okay, let's try that with another one. But now proper, right? So, let's take this one. Quickly prepping it. It's like no hard things here. Why are we listening to Bella Ciao? I may be like a grouch, but like I'm not a big fan of Bella Ciao as a song. The problem with Bella Ciao is like German Carnival has destroyed that song for me. Like if I sit at home and like have like the carnival go past by and like everyone is singing Bella Ciao, I think I need to vomit. I don't know. But that's just my little thing. Like German Carnival destroyed Bella Ciao for me. Like absolutely. Like I don't know. Like I don't have a problem with Carnival itself. Like if people enjoy it, I like. Sure, I like to dress up too, and pretend to be something I'm not. So I understand why people pretend to be alcoholics on like one day of the year. No, I'm just making fun of them. You know, these people cosplay as like alcoholics. But no. Well, most people there actually like cosplay as sexual predators, let's be real. But yeah, now everyone who enjoys Carnival should enjoy it. It's like something that is nice, but like... I know that like people in like 2 or 3 months will like go onto the streets and you will hear Bella Ciao from everywhere. Okay, let's try that again with the normal glue. Now we have seen that it works in general, so now we can use the normal glue like I intended. Like I intended. It can be a bit more glue. You just should not glue the thing to the... Okay. We need to have like a little bit of glue on top of everything. Please focus on this. Thank you. Da-bi-da-da. Dude, you know what I want to know? If I would ever sing, you know? I always ask myself the question, how much work would like someone who works in sound design need to do to make my voice like actually like pleasant to listen to when I sing? You know what I mean? Like I'm always interested in stuff like this because I'm like, okay, I'm a man of some talents, some things I can do, but singing is not one of them, you know? Imagine like a SingStar stream, it would be the most horrible thing of all. Which is weird because I can like work a bit with my voice. I'm not saying I have a vocal range in any capacity. Also, I don't have like a big brain because I forgot where I put the tile that I literally want to use for this. René, are you stupid? The answer may surprise you not. Like I'm actually like interested in like these little mind experiments, you know? I'm like always interested in like, okay, how much would X need to do Y to make XYZ successful? Like, could someone random off the street be like, for example, like a musical artist? You know where I did put it? I threw it back into the thing. I think. Otherwise, I'm using a new one here. What's the famous guys who did the music? Who did like the electro music? That had like the funny hats that like split up a few years ago. Now I don't mean throw it into AI. I mean like literally like, for example. No. I mean someone else. I will look them up once I started gluing this together proper. No. Daft Punk. Thank you. Daft Punk. Like what? How much work do you need to make a new Daft Punk, for example? Like, you don't need to have like someone like actually like pleasant to look at. You just need to have like a guy with a funny hat or something like that with a mask. And that person would need to like, you just need to have like work with their voice. So for example, I would like sing, you know? I'm like not a good singer. I've never had like singing lessons. I wanted to take some, but then I thought, dude, my vocal range, like once I like sing louder, my voice goes up and up and up. So I could like go like in a deeper voice, you know. I could like sing deep, but or deeper, but like I could sing on that like speaking volume, but going into like for like yeah, you know, like this like yeah, like power behind it, like I could not do that. But like in theory, if I would meet with like someone who's like a sound engineer, again, no AI. How much work would that person have to do to make my music pleasant? that's what I'm thinking. I'm really interested. It's the same like how much would you need to have some like how much work would someone who paints a picture and gives it to a like actual person who does like artistry need to like how much work would that artist need to do to actually like physically alter the painting to make it pleasant to look at? Like for example, someone draws like a stick figure with like giant sausage hands, you know, and then like even though he's not alive anymore, but you would give it to Bob Ross. How long would he take to make that like pleasant to look at? It's like always stuff like that. I'm just like super interested in stuff like this. These little experiments. So yeah, we're waiting until this until the glue sticks. So but I see Ilarox. Ilarox, how are you doing, man? Haven't seen you, heard from you in a long time. Okay, we are So we have like two options. Because I want to have like a set of like these tiles done first, like be sure they work. And then like start to like disassembling these and put them onto like the flexible tile sets. We have two options now. Either we are going, because I started gluing already, we could go with like trying to make the tiles from last time. Ah, that sucks to hear, to be honest. So we could like take the, which we like called the Dubai chocolate, which is not Dubai, it's literally not, this is plastic, please, don't eat it. We could make it more beautiful, we could put some grass on it. So we're getting that done. I would say painting miniatures we do on Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday would be the goal. So we're gluing some things together. Yeah, I don't stream much right now. I'm a little bit less on like the streaming side, TBH. But you know how it is, like, life is, at the moment, still a bit in the way. Like, in theory, it should get more again in February, yeah. If everything works out in February. When I'm done with all my shit. Then we could go more into gaming as well. Like, we've played a little bit of Pillars 2, but like, that was it, and a bit of RoboBeat. Even though I really enjoy Pillars 2. Even though I would say I enjoy... Nah, Neo I haven't finished as well. Like, Souls-likes and stuff, I have like way too many like open. I have like literally, I have Neo, I have like still, haven't finished The Search, which I wanted to do. The to-do list is long, so yeah. I think the last level I played on Neo was at one cliff. So yeah. That is also true. I was like probably like very far. So I need to get in there again. Lies of P I haven't even like started, so I'm not touching that until I at least have like gotten rid of some Souls likes. Like literally the last Souls-like I played was the Elden Ring DLC, and it was like playing to have it played. Well, I enjoyed it thoroughly, to be honest. Like there were parts I did not enjoy, but like for the most part I enjoyed the Elden Ring DLC. Nah, I haven't heard of that. The Band of Deep Blue Depths. Doesn't ring a bell at least. Let's say it like this. But like all in all, $46. Oh man. 46. Yeah, I know. It's about the dragon. I know that. It's so good. I'm smiling. You can see it right now because you only see my hand, but I'm like very big smile on my face. But yeah, I'm interested to see what like the next Elden Ring thing, like that Darklands thing is. I'm like interested to see that. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know. I mean, it's a third-party thing, right? Like, give some other people like the chance to make like. I think we are like very blessed with good like Souls-like games. I also wanted to do like another run of like Elden Ring, but nah. Right now, not so much. No. Not risking that. Okay, where's my good old... So, just to explain again, there's like... I took like one of those oregano glasses and have static grass in there. Just like to glue them onto the thing. It's not oregano I'm using. But yeah, I didn't have like really much time this year to play stuff. Basically like 2 months were like literally like me learning of this year. And then like the rest was like other stuff. Like I remember that I was like playing Baldur's Gate at the start of the year still. But in theory, if everything works out, which I just hope, because I'm a positive human and otherwise I need to like put a bit more work into it, then like in February everything will be over and then I will have like more than enough time to do all of the stuff. Because effectively I have like every week I have like at least like 8 hours more to do stuff. So now this is like what it looks like a bit. This looks like... Come on, camera, focus. Somehow the color is very cold. So there should be like mud and grass. It's like green and brown, but it looks all like brownish. It looks basically like the Elden Ring DLC. Just kidding. But yeah, I haven't played much this year. I've played a few games, but not many. I can tell you which one was not good. There were like 2 or 3 that I would say were like a bit... could have been stronger, let's say it like this. Like the biggest one would be like absolutely my tried and true, my Final Fantasy 14 Dawn Trail, man. That was like weak sauce. I'm sorry. I love Final Fantasy 14, but Jesus Christ, it's like... MK1 was not this year. We found out last stream when I was like making these beautiful things. I need to see if I can like amp the color a bit, because this is like a very bit like a bit weird with the coloring. So like a bit like this. At least the colors are warmer. This is like more like looking actually like it. But now everything has like a red hue. So yeah. I don't know if it's better or worse, but like... There's static grass for like modeling like trains usually. So I would think they're made out of like... I don't even know if they're made of like hair or something like that. It's something synthetic, or at least, like, I can tell you that much. But I can tell you in 1 second, because I have the power of Google at my fingertips. It's made of polypropylene, so PP, and polyethylene. So yeah, plastic. So yeah, the green shavings are made of like basically plastic. So we're like putting these into like my box for like drying purposes. So they can dry. But yeah, like there were like many disappointments still. Like I don't know. Dude, my throat is super dry. Whoops. So the Grin shavings are going back into the Grim shaving glass. That sounds weird. You just scrape it all together. Be a bit careful on this side. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I need a better setup for the camera for this kind of stream. Again, I'm sorry for this, but... So, here come the Grin shares back in. Boop. A bit went past it. God damn it. So, yeah, by the way, since my next exams are on January 7th, I will not be there for Christmas, just so anyone who's wondering. And also not for New Year's. I could be thinking about, like, if the internet allows it, about, like, doing some, like, live thing. something like that, but I don't know. I will be literally like in like the Netherlands, so just to wish everyone a new year if you want to. I don't know if that is of any worth to you, but hey, I mean, you're sitting here watching me like literally glue like fake grass onto fake mud, so. But I love that hobby so much. It's such a fun hobby. Just like making something, the creation process is like so fun to me. I have a work colleague who watches these, by the way, sometimes, and he didn't realize that I'm left-handed. It's not Dubai chocolate. But yeah, spoiler, I'm left-handed. If you didn't realize it now, and something looked a bit off to you, I'm a left-handed person. My niece, I saw her today. She's like the best. I want to see like the son of like one of my best friends. I want to see him as well. Yesterday, like they had like a Christmas celebration, but I couldn't because of work. But like I saw my niece today, and my fake German. And my niece, my big brother, like, who's of course like the father to my niece, my big brother and my sister-in-law, they told me that like at least in the 4 months that my niece is old, she seems to be very left dominant. So she like does most stuff like instinctively with the left hand, which they said is not, of course, like decisively saying like, oh, she will be left-handed. That can turn around, of course, but it's like usually when like a kid is like very dominant with one hand, I read it at least up, they tend to like be that handed usually when they grow a bit older. So like it starts because like it basically starts with that, because like if you didn't know, like how the left-handeds work, at least that is my understanding of things, is like you have like the connections of like your motorics is like switched around. So basically like it's like not the normal way that you're right dominant, but you're then left dominant. And so like it would be great because I'm the only left-handed person in my family, except for my grandma who died a few years ago. She was also left-handed, but actually, like, when she was in school, she was still, like, hit for being, like, left-handed. So she was forced to write with her right hand. And the grandpa of my sister-in-law is also left-handed. Same story, though, he was also hit. Which was done a few generations ago. Not a few years, but, like... In my father's generation, that still existed, apparently. That people were, like, hit for being left-handed when they tried to write with the left hand. It's such a stupid thing. It's, like, literally, like... I find it so funny, because, like, when that started, it was like, yeah, the left-handed people, if you write with the left is the hand of the devil. There's, like, literally no two, like, except if you, like, interpret it very, very differently... and very distinctively, there's like no basis for that. It's just like assholes wanting control. Yeah, Latin it means sinister, right? Yeah, I read that as well.
To what new horizons can we look now? Where are tomorrow's opportunities? The frontiers of the future are not on any map. But now, what's ahead of us?
So now we are like doing this again. I need to see if we have my balloons. Then we can like do a bit of like making fun of me that I'm rubbing myself with the rubber. But yeah, left-handed people back in the day were like often hit, at least in Germany, when they rode with the left hand. It's such a stupid thing. It's so weird. Yeah, of course it feels right to you. You're right-handed, right? Like that's the thing. Like if you're right-handed, of course, like I feel different in my left arm than in my right arm because like left is my dominant arm. If I talk about that, it's so weird. If I talk about like which arm I write with, I get like a very weird feeling in my left arm. No, it's not a heart attack before anyone says anything. It's like basically like yeah, it's like signaling me, yeah, bro, I'm ready to go, which is weird because I write with my left hand. But if you watch what I do when I cut things, I hold it with my right.
But now, what's ahead of us?
Like right is my stronger arm, like definitely. Like if I play, for example, I with an ex-girlfriend, I played badminton quite often. Like I hold a racket with my right hand, but I write with my left. I'm like a genetic disaster. Dude, everything worked except for like one space. No, none. Oh my god, none of them worked. But is your non-dominant arm stronger? Because I know that like most people, for example, if you have like a... Because I do like everything with my right hand, like literally, like if I hold like a tool, like of course like with my left hand, for example, if I do fine work like doing electrics, I usually use my left hand, but like if I need power, I use my right hand. The music stopped. Oh no, the music stopped. The music stopped. For example, like I use my computer normally, like everyone else uses, right? So yeah. It's like super weird. I don't know. I will restart the music very soon. I just need to do something. Okay, so you are German after all. Yeah. Stop saying that Germans are right. It's like super weird, like... It's like super weird that I have like this weird thing going on. Like I know most people, for example, my brothers and like my colleagues, they do everything with their right hand, but like also play ball. Like I'm also like right-feeted, so like if I kick a ball, I do it with my right foot, not with my left one. Like I'm like a fucking disaster. Like actually. Hello viewers. So we have like based a few of the bases, well. But we have like a few more. Oh no. Hello viewers. So, we're doing like 3 more, right? 3 more of these. And then we have basically like an hour to an hour and a half left, so we could do something else. I don't want to stream how I spray minis, because I cannot do it in my living room, of course. But like, I don't want to do like commentary on my balcony. It feels weird, like going outside speaking random gibberish. And it's not hard. Like, priming miniatures is like the easiest shit. Like, can you hold down a button? Yes. Can you like not like make it a blob of like color? Yes. Okay, you've done it. But then again, I could like stream priming minis at some point. The problem is I don't have like the range with my camera. So what we're doing, I will say it again, we are like gluing like on top of the muddied base. This is of course dried, you can do whatever I want, like I can literally scratch it off. This is not Dubai chocolate. And we're just like spreading it like generally like somewhere. Where it sticks, it will stick. It just looks more natural if you do it like a bit random. We do that with all 3 bases, and then we like put on like some good old Grinch shavings, which is nice. So we're like putting some Grinch shavings on the Dubai chocolate, you know, typical stuff. No, we're like putting some synthetic grass on like the bases. So yeah, but in general, like where was I before? Left-handed people, yeah. Left-handed being left-handed. The only thing I hate about being left-handed, like actually despise, there's like 2 things. The first one, fucking everything, and I mean everything, is made for right-handed people. It's so fucking annoying. Not because like I'm like literally not annoyed that like everything is made for right-handed people, but like some things you cannot operate with your left hand done. Like there's so much made for right-handed people that as a left-handed person you're just fucked. It's like literally like people trying to design around like shitting on left-handed people. And I'm like not even kidding. Like there's like, as someone who works like with much technology, there's like so much stuff that is like literally like designed in a way that a right-handed person can like handle it easily, but a left-handed person needs to like adapt. I know we're like only like I think 9% of like the Earth's population are left-handed. So basically, if you're like a left-handed person who's also gay and trans, you're like literally like a unicorn. You're like just like the chances of that, of you like getting like that thing done is like very, very small. And then if you get like lactose intolerant, like that makes the chance even smaller. And fructose intolerant. If you get that as well, well then you're just like fucked.
Public enemy number 3, 10 years ago, was released today from the federal penitentiary after serving 11 years with a 10-to-life sentence. To this day, $250,000 in gold bullion involved in the original crime has not been recovered.
But I enjoy like yeah, the second thing, dude, why does every like writing like every fucking, and I mean like everything, every text block basically have like those shitty rings on the left side. Why not on the top? I will show you in just a second. This pisses me off so much because it's like, it would even save them money. That's the thing. It would save them like tons of money if they would do it like this. I will show you. Wait, I get my textbook. 1 second. And I get something to drink, otherwise I'm like drying out here.
Look, I got something big on tap now. Remember I telling you about Victor Pappas? Guy used to be my partner.
You mean the gentleman who was serving his time in the federal penitentiary?
Was serving time, baby.
Don't call me baby.
Sorry. Anyway, he got out today.
So,
Party for him tomorrow night. So he's got $250,000 hidden away. I'm the boy that's gonna find out where.
$250,000?
here. This is what I mean. So, this is like my thing, right? What I find annoying is that the rings are here. Because as a left-handed person, because I'm like literally like brainly like stupid. If I would write, you know, like this is like, here's the rings. Dude, okay. If I would write, I would write with my left hand. You're like sitting under my chin now. Hello. So if I would write like this, but I have these rings under my hand. If I write with my right hand, of course, like nothing happens. Why don't they put the rings here? You know, here, because A, you would have like half the length, because like this is an DNA format. So basically, this side is always half the side of this side. That's the idea of the DNA format. So basically this is DNA 4. And so like with like DNA 5 it would be like half this page. So you have like just half of that, and DNA 6 is half of that again. And DNA 7 would be like half of that. So you have like always like the paper format, but like always half, you know? So it's like a 1-to-2 ratio here. So you would need half those rings if you just would put them here. Why didn't they do that? Especially since you can like write from like every side. So stupid. I know I'm ranting about like literally something dumb, but like it's like the one thing that annoys me so much about being left-handed. There are by the way there is like stuff that is like actually done for both hands. So it's like you can use it as a left-handed person, but it costs double for like half the rings. It's like the same paper, just on a different position, and it costs double. Why is it like that? They can go fuck themselves. I'm sorry. And yes, I take that very seriously. Like I hate that being left-handed is like such a stupid thing. By the way, fucking like another example why like fuck you, fuck everyone who says like, dude, we were created perfectly. Dude, no fucking way we were created perfectly. Why do left-handed people exist?
What are you turning so fast for? You know I read slow. There's nothing to read, stupid. They're just pictures.
Sometimes a bit of dirt lands in that, and yeah, okay. But yeah, it's like left-handed. So that's the topic on left-handed people. Yeah, that's like, yeah. I think I saw that Dara O'Brien God video, because like there's like so much like we're like not designed perfectly. I think I saw that. Wait a second, I clicked through that. Yeah, I saw that already. It's like so good. But like, in general, like theoretically speaking, that our head, right? That our fucking head is like on top of like literally an instant kill switch is like so stupidly designed. Like I don't know how evolution like put us through that. Like, it would be way better if our head would be, like, in our torso, basically. Like, our body is, like, has evolved into, like, a form where, like, is, like, literally protecting our most vital areas with, like, literally, like armor, which is like our bone structure. Like our ribs are literally protecting our hearts and our lungs. And then you have like that fucking like thing where like your head is like, oh yeah, here, if you cut me or bite me into my neck, I will die. You win. It's your instant win button, animal that wants to eat me. Congratulations. Insert Evangelion meme in here. So I'm so confused why this didn't work. Yeah, that's also true. Like if we got like bit in the like anything that is vital, you would like get insta-gib.
What if it bumped that control by accident? You'd be mid-speak by now. What have I told you? All right, I guess I wasn't thinking. You weren't thinking? You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not thinking your own personal safety? Here, shake hands with danger.
Oh, dude, what the fuck happened here? Why is everything like gluing into that one spot? I hate everything. I somehow did like a little mistake here. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like... Something bad happened here, and I don't know what. So the gluing will happen sometime else, I think. Because, like, this is only getting worse, and I don't know what I did bad here. In theory, it should just work. I don't know why it does not. just rips off. I will give it one more try. I have like a bunch of them still here. Let's scratch off the old glue. Also, the neck isn't ever. I mean, that is also true, yeah. But I don't know, like, for example, like, it would, for example, be way better, way better evolution-wise if our windpipe and our well, digestive system tract would not be connected. I know the big advantage of that is, like, that you can, like, the big advantage of having, like, a connected digestive and air tract is, like, if one basically, like, gets stuck, like something gets stuck in one, the other can help it out, you know? For example, if you don't get any more air, right? Usually you, at some point, you start vomiting. Just, like, to, like, clear out the stuff that is, like, stuck in your windpipe. And if you, like, have something stuck in your, basically, in your throat, and that blocks off everything, right? Then your windpipe can basically help your digestive system. Basically, your digestive system can be assisted by your breathing. It's like very. That's why the Heimlich maneuver works, right? So, like, that makes sense. But, like, even though it's like. There's two things that I'm really... What are you baffled about? I mean, sometimes it does 4 or 6, but yeah, like, usually it does not, which is, I find very interesting, yeah. How does it do that? I'm like, super interested in, like, a layman's way of biology, because I have never studied it. A friend of mine literally is like a biologist, but, well, an acquaintance of mine is a biologist, let's say it like that. So I would like to ask, I could ask her maybe if I get into contact again, which is not that hard. I just need to boot up the old Facebook and write her and hope she answers. What's the second thing? When a caterpillar becomes whatever, it turns into liquid, and then somehow... Yeah, that is something I find also weird, because I, like... Memories and stuff are like basically like the chemistry in our brain, right? That's basically what memories are like going, like, basically that is what our memories are amounting to, like chemical reactions in our brain and stuff like that. So the question is, like, if the butterfly turns into mush, right? I mean, like, a caterpillar is not a complex organism, right? But it turns into mush, and then, like, if it's like that paste, you know, that glue, that whatever it is, how does it, like, develop, or like how does it keep that function because like the chemistry should be all fucked up, right? That's what I find baffling. Because like basically if you mix like if you have water, H2O, right? You have like water. But like if you have like some other chemistry in that, it becomes something else, which is like the general thing about chemistry. So biochemistry and stuff like that, it's like all revolving around that. And I find that also fascinating. But the caterpillar is like one of the few things that is like unique in that, which makes it so much more interesting in my opinion. Yeah, I find that also super, super fascinating. I find it also interesting, like, I know that, like, with birds, because I'm, like, super interested in, like, birds. With, like, many bird species, like, they, of course, have, like, many dead eggs. But, like, to have a rate where your species keeps populated with, like, eggs that have the right amount of sustenance so that the thing can come out. Yeah. That is actually true. It is kind of stupid. But like in general, so what I did, by the way, I tried my super glue technique again. I tried to super glue the teeth to the bottom of the base. Just to explain to the people who are watching and don't know what I'm doing, I have like 3D printed a new system for like bases. Basically, my previous bases of like models have like are glued directly to like a magnetic base, which has like little magnet balls in it, and so they are magnetic and fit together. And these are like systems where you can change the top of them. So you save, in the long run, you save like a bunch of plastic and waste and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make my entire setup a bit more green. But yeah, it's a bit weird. Like, in general, I find those, well, most things in biology a bit weird. Because, like, for example, I like, in general, I've, like, informed myself a bit about, like, cancer and stuff. Because I'm, like, interested in how, like, your body, and with cancer cells, it's, like, super weird. It's basically, like, to say it in layman's terms, because I'm a layman, with cancer, I find it so interesting. If you look into bone cancer, especially, which is studied like in snakes usually, which I found out, 2 years ago, I think. Because they have like a very similar bone cancer to humans. And if you look at the like, bone cancer for snakes and for humans, it looks like nearly the same. And I want to know why, like, a single cell of your body says, well, you know what? I have an idea. I want to become that asshole that says your bone should look like a weave. Because if you look into like that type of like sickness, right? Bone cancer looks like a weave net. It looks super weird, you know. And I want to know what the hell in like someone's body says that, like, yeah, by the way, I want to look like a giant weave of bone. And then I want to spread and kill my host.
A picture that you could never see in any.
Yeah, they look like... yeah, I think that was that, right? They said it looked like a crab, basically. And that's why they say, well, it's cancer. But yeah, I find it very, very interesting in general, because it's such a bizarre sickness that we have, right? Oh, fuck, Oh my god. I need to do something in the background, sorry. Yeah, exactly. Telling something about myself. In my is it like second grade cousin? She died of leukemia, sadly. Like, oh fuck, man! I'm destroying everything right now. I'm so fucking stupid today. But yeah, she died a few years ago, and like for her, she beat it, and then it came back, and basically that was like the thing that took her life in the end. And so like, yeah, it's not the cell itself, but like something else sometimes. I don't know, because sometimes like people beat cancer and then it's done, it's never coming back. But for some other people, it's like, I don't know. Well, that thing is broken. No, I did not hear a new Baby Metal song. I'm a bit bummed out that I broke my thing. I mean, yeah, I think, isn't like the thing about chemotherapy that basically you halt the process and not like destroy, well, you kill the cell. That's the idea, right? You like basically like chemical bomb your body. That's chemotherapy, right? So basically you chemical bomb the cell to kill it, but also you like halt further spread. That's the idea. But like, I could see that like, it makes sense that if you stop getting like therapy because, well, it would kill you at some point, that the cells could get like jump started again, right? Am I wrong in that assumption? So now I have like built a base, and now we try to like disassemble said base again. I mean, it works, which is great. So in theory, this works very well, actually. It's a bit of work, but it would save me so much space. So I think this is actually the way to go. So like, these adaptable things are not bad. Which would mean we would need to dismantle all of these. But if I dismantle all of these, I still have enough magnets. So I wouldn't need to buy new magnets, which is great. This is good. Good, now we have done a bunch of stuff. So there's like one thing we can do until I need to stop streaming. which would be basing more of the neutral bases, you know. Gara, if you're still there, wake up. We're making more Dubai chocolate. Of course, we're not doing Dubai chocolate. It's a joke. It's a bad joke. It's like. Let's take this one instead of the. I think this sometimes this works better. It's like basically like a little spatula that I have. It's like a little piece of like plastic. So what we're doing is we're going into like the shit jar, which is again diorama FX from Vallejo, right? Yeah. Which is like mud that we have from them. So we're like softening up that mud. The only problem I have with the mud right now is that it like dried up a bit. I will just put a drop of water into that. Jingle jangle. Okay, I'm back. So if you know what I'm doing, the mud sadly got a bit harder because it like oxidated, which is bad. I put like a few drops of water in it to soften it up a bit. Now it looks like actual shit that I'm spreading on there. Next time I'm like actually getting a bit of mud. I found a recipe to make that yourself. Even though I actually like enjoy buying from like good companies, Vallejo is one of them that I really enjoy. Because like Army Painter, for example, does not do that. The FX. I know that Games Workshop makes some of that, but GW is like not my favorite to like buy colors from anymore. I enjoy Army Painter just more. I don't know, have I ever streamed? Yeah, I've streamed after until like My Hero Academia has ended, right? Because I have a few thoughts about that. Because they like did like a post chapter. And like I have my thoughts about like the ending there. The ending was not good. Like, I've seen, like, the ending. I've read the ending. And I'm like, well, I'm spoiling something now. So if you don't want to hear it, listen away for, like, until I put my finger away. So I hate that, like, the series ended with, like, Deku has no powers anymore. And, that, like, his dream is basically shattered. Because, well, he has to become a teacher, which is great because it shows a bit like that everyone can become a hero, even like if they are not a hero, but like work for hero society as like an asset. And I think that is like nice, but I think that how they did it works super weird because it sounds like he's like just a depressed man. Like it's very weird to have your main character basically end up destroyed. So yeah, oh shit, I took the thing away. So now the spoiler's over. But like I think the post ending chapter that came out did not help much, I think. Because like that post chapter, I think it made stuff partially worse. Especially in trying to like somewhat redeem some characters. Not my cup of tea, I would say. I wish the series that has like so many like heroic moments and like pulled me in with its like upbeat attitude about like, yeah, you want to just help people, would like, I don't know, end it on the note that you just like be a bit more upbeat. It's like very melancholic. It's like a bit of bittersweetness in there, which I do not like. I generally don't like bittersweet endings. Because like most bittersweet endings are like executed horribly. For example, like best bittersweet ending that is like executed horrendously was like How I Met Your Mother. I think that's iconic for how bad it was, to me at least. As someone who loved the series, like who hasn't watched Friends and did not know that basically How I Met Your Mother is like a remake of Friends, but like a little bit different. Like the final beat of like having a series, right, that is like 7 seasons long, and about the sole purpose of like telling the story how like the mother and like Ted met. Spoiler for How I Met Your Mother, that ended. Yeah, exactly. But like for How I Met Your Mother, how it ended, like as a comedy, it basically ended with a clip from like the original ending of season 2, where like Ted wants to get back with Robin, who like we have like 5 seasons of like why they won't fit together, and it ends with that because well they recorded it like 5 seasons ago, so they wanted to use it because the kid actors got older. And I think it's like weird. And then they edited it, and the better ending is like the new DVD ending, which ends on the upbeat note that like everyone found happiness. And with that sentence, and that's how I met your mother, which should have been like the thing. But like with like My Hero Academia, Jesus Christ, man, that ending is like fucking depressing. Because now I'm spoiling it, so like if you don't want it spoiled, turn off the thing, because like I'm telling you now what happens. Because like Deku losing his powers, okay, I can get that, right? But like him being like a teacher for like 8 years or whatever, or 7 years, and nobody gives a shit except for like they collect money in the background to make him an Iron Man suit, which All Might had, by the way. He had that Iron Man suit. It was just damaged. To have like that thing be a thing is like weird. It's like super weird that they semi-confirmed the Izuku and Ochako ship in the end. Is like, why did they not make it just official, dude? Like Ochako's arc went from like I want to be like a hero still, even though I'm like I like the MC a lot, right? Went to like okay, I'm like in a rose war with a tsundere psycho girlfriend, right? With like Himiko, and so like they have like their bout, and they try to find out what like true love is, and then it ends like with not like it just doesn't end her arc. Like, it just does not end Ochako's arc. Until, like, the post-chapter, which is basically like, oh yeah, they meet each other again. And it ends with, like, them, haha, yeah, let's meet again, hee we are, like, maybe more than friends, that would be nice. And I'm like, dude, just fuck already, man. You're, like, literally drawn, so, like, if like, Horikoshi just doesn't die of like a heart attack when he tries to tackle that universe again, to have like a main character looking baby. That's literally like, they're like literally Milhouse's parents. They were together because they looked like they should work together, where they split apart. But yeah, it's like literally that, right? Where like two characters are designed to be together. It's like, yeah. And then, like, the post-chapter, it just makes things weirder, because, like, nobody can tell me that if, like, the dude who, like, saved the world, who's literally, like, superpower Jesus, goes into hero work again, he has to, like, literally start out from, like, spot 100, kill me dead, you know? Like, nobody believes that. He's literally, like, Jesus of that universe. Which is, by the way, super contradictory to the entire thing that everyone can be a hero, which is like the narrative that is there at the end. Because literally, they say in the story, dude, if we don't have One for All at our disposal anymore, because like One for All for One would steal it or something like that, they would flat out lose. But it's not a Chosen One story. But it is. Because Horikoshi, as much as I like his like art style and like characters, like how he draws characters and in that vibrant style, and like has like some very cool shots, and also has like cool ideas. The worst thing Horikoshi does, and that's like I shit on my favorite artist, by the way, constantly. The worst thing Horikoshi does is like he's a big Star Wars fan. And that's his downfall. He's such a big Star Wars fan, and I'm not even kidding. He's such a big Star Wars fan that he literally says like the sequels are like one of his like favorite movies. And you realize that when you like compare the story of My Hero Academia to like literally, and I mean like literally the Star Wars series, like all main films of Star Wars, It's like literally the same. Chosen boy with like no prospect, you know, meets a hero who becomes his mentor, which is like a standard, who shows him like that he can share. Yeah, it's the generic hero setup, but like, I mean, like, everything is the same. The main antagonist of My Hero Academia, All for One, shit. All for One is literally Palpatine. He's Palpatine. He has this mastermind plan that worked out from beginning to end, which is impossible to work because, like, if someone decided, like, something different on a whim, his entire plan would fall apart. It's like literally the same. Like Palpatine and he are the same. Just that he's like a nutsack face and like Palpatine is like well, he's also nutsack face. But like both of them have like literally a plan that hinges on like everyone doing what they think they would do in like 10 years. It's incredible. Like, and like, that's why it falls apart. Because, like, all of a sudden you have to resolve all of that shit. And it doesn't make sense because, like, nobody could have anticipated that, like, in 10 years a boy would show up that does that thing. Nobody would do that. Like, and then like you have like, of course, the like the final moment when Deku has like overloaded all of his power into Shigaraki and he goes for the final smash. I think that is cool because I think the shot is awesome because you see Deku go in there like without powers and beat the shit out of like Shigaraki, which is like super cool. But, like, it would have worked better, and I'm still of that opinion, if, like, the entire series was about Deku being quirkless hero. Like Horikoshi intended. The Chosen One hero journey story did not work well. I think it was, like, the worst decision Horikoshi made in that regard. To, like, not go with his original plan, having a super powerless hero in that world, and show that he can be a good hero. I think that's like the worst part, but at least he did not do the Naruto thing. Yeah, that's also true. I'm happy that Horikoshi said, okay, now I have my money and now I'm working on a horror story because I want to do a horror story. And I do it independently. I think that's the best thing that man could do. He was literally dying while drawing the last few. Like, that last year, quote unquote, because it was like 2 years, nearly 2.5 actually. Like he said, in 2022 it will take 1 year, so we're like in the end of 2024. Because like 2 weeks or 1 week ago, the actual final chapter released. Exactly. He's a 40 pages per month. Like, once he started, he was sick every 2 weeks. Like, the chapters got better and better again. Like actually, the man was dying. Like, he was like every fucking chapter was delayed like a week or two. And he's like a month page man and not a week page man. It's like the same with Araki, where he like draws one issue of JoJo a month. And they look stellar, and they're good. For the most part. Some parts of JoJo are bad. Like, Araki can write very good, like, journeys with, like, mysteries. But he, for shit, cannot write characters. I love Araki. He does stellar work. But Jesus Christ, like, JoJo is not known for his, like, very strong, impulsive characters. Like, most of the characters have, like, oh, I'm a quirky man, and now I have a sad backstory part that motivates me, and I have to overcome this, but that is part of my identity, which is my stand. Here I go. And that's like most of the characters. It's like very, 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 very... well, they're not shallow per se, but they're not very deep as well. Like, they're like a mid-ranged character. They have like 2 traits and like a bit of backstory. That's like Araki's characters. Like, his story is driven from like the myths and like the mysteries around those myths. I think that's like more of the thing. Like, because every JoJo part has like, oh, here's a mystery that needs to be solved, but how will they find out? Right? And like, one... Exactly. Like, Araki just has like, Araki is just a man who likes to have like puzzles and like mysteries a bit, right? Oops, you saw my belly because I stretched too much. Like, he's like a man who like comes up on the spot and wants to and draws something like what he wants, and that makes the journey so bizarre, you know. That's the thing, which is what I like about JoJo. I don't read JoJo for like very deep characters. Like, yes, some of them have like a bit more depth than others, but like my favorite is Joseph Joestar, and Joseph Joestar is literally the most shonen JoJo ever. He's literally the son of a previous hero who's a he's the great son of a previous hero who's a loudmouth, has the abilities from birth, and can do it super cool. But at least he's a little shit, which I really enjoy. Like, he's not like, oh no, I'm doubting myself because my dad, granddad, or whatever, my ancestor is so good and he was so important. Nobody knows Jonathan Joestar. Nobody knows Joseph Joestar except for like the people he built houses for later. But his like Joseph went in there and said, well, I'm a trickster. He was so different from Jonathan, which I really enjoyed, which is like entertaining. But Joseph is not a deep character. He has a few deep characteristics, but like he's not a deep character. And that is like what I really find funny about this. While like, again, like, I constantly shit on my favorite artists. Again, like, I could like do a 2-hour podcast about George R. Martin. He's like one of my favorite writers, but Jesus Christ, man. I genuinely enjoy what George R. Martin writes when he writes. That's the thing. George R. Martin has like a way with words, and I love that about him. But Jesus Christ, does he have a way with time management as well? But like, for example, just like so we rounded out, so I have like shat on everyone because I don't have much to do. Yeah, exactly. When he writes good. George R. Martin like writes actually good stuff when he writes, in my opinion. I know it's not made for everyone because he like is very expository. I don't believe that book will ever release, by the way. But George R. Martin, like, he's very expository, but like you can like close your eyes if you like. I recommend also the audiobooks for like A Song of Ice and Fire, even though they are not done, of course, but like they are like nice to listen to. And you have to live like with that like characters are like called a bit differently. For example, like Peter Baelish, because like the names and like basically the names in like A Song of Ice and Fire are adjacent to normal names but written differently and spoken out a bit differently. So for example, Peter Baelish is like Peter Baelish, and like in the books he's called, because they were recorded when they came out, he was called Pitaya. Because like it's like weird, right? So some things are like very, very weird. But like what I wanted to say was like he has like a very descriptive way of writing. I really enjoy that. He can like describe like how food tastes, and it's like you understand it, right? I mean, the man has like very good like description. I mean, he describes many penises and vaginas and tits. If you can live with that and don't die from cringe, then that is nice. But like I think he has like a very good way with that. But like, Jesus Christ, man, he does not know how to write himself out of a corner when he does so. Like, he has like a plan, and then like he has like a sidetrack, and that sidetrack hinders him from fulfilling his plan. Yeah, exactly. Right now I'm listening to the 5th book of like Stormlight Archive. It's really good. But Brandon Sanderson, he's a great author. He's like very, very interesting. But you realize with Brandon Sanderson that he has like those he has like a writing style that's like sorry, I'm waiting for this to dry a bit so I can put it away before I do the last two that I have here. I can do more even, but yeah. I don't know if you have read anything from Brandon Sanderson. Sanderson has like a writing style that's called the so-called Sanderlange. So basically he does like a bunch of setup. And it's set up, and it's set up, and it's set up, and sometimes you don't realize something is a setup. And then like in the last, I would say, 25 of the book, everything unravels and how it's connected. It's like a very interesting writing style, because it's like very much setup, 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 delivery, right? Which is what I prefer very much in like writing. But like, the dude has favorite characters, and he needs to put them in. And what I do not like, as someone who is like only now contact with like Stormlight Archives and not like many of his other books, is like he is like so hard about his like Cosmere thing, you know? So basically he has like a universe that's called the Cosmere, and the Cosmere is basically like basically an interconnected set of worlds where like humans on different planets live with different rules, basically. And there's gods and stuff like that. They're like between the planets, like concepts of gods, for example, honor and cultivation and stuff like that. And they can move between worlds also. So the problem is, like, Stormlight started out as like on one of the planets, and now in the last 2 books it just became like everything is like they are fighting a cosmic level threat now, which is like so annoying because it becomes less personal, because now people pop up that are like from his universe and interact with this story a bit like basically a cameo character. And he has like one character that is basically, he's called he's like a very fun character. I enjoy him as well. He's called Wit. Wit is basically called Hoyd, and like he has the nickname Wit because he was the king's wit, which is basically like a dude who insults people in the name of the king, just like as like entertainment. And he was like basically the Tyrion Lannister of the story, so he had like quips about everyone and like smart quips. But he loved the character so much, so he's involved in everything now. And he's like basically a godlike character that pops up everywhere and is like and can do stuff and stuff like that. And he knows dragons, which are not home on this world, but on another world. And he knows that. And so he's like basically feels very inserty. Because like he's like, he loves his Cosmere, which I understand. I also love like universes I create, you know, otherwise I wouldn't have created them. But dude, it's like, imagine if you start a D&D campaign and like, and I mean like literally you start playing a game And like all of the say, for example, you start a new game by say Bungie, right? And all of a sudden you play the game, and because it takes place in the same game as Halo, and like you're playing a fantasy game, all of a sudden fucking Cortana shows up and solves your plot. That's like how it feels a bit. And that's like one of my big criticisms. It's like he loves his setting so much that like you need some context. There's literally like organizations from other books like interfering with that story, which is interesting for longtime fans, but like for someone who has no idea about the other books, you're like, what the fuck is why are those random people here, you know? And I think that's bad, because I'm always of the opinion, any story you write, even if it's a sequel or if it's interconnected with something else, should be able to stand on your own, and that takes away from that, in my opinion. I mean, like, the biggest problem with like Akira Toriyama, right? I think I don't need to talk about those biggest problems, like the constant escalation, the constant redeciding of like his stuff because his editor told him so, and then like the Boo saga when this editor was not involved. Like, Toriyama's editor was like very good, and when he was not there, the Boo saga got worse. The endless power scaling. I mean, yeah, I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so I'm weird. But like the idea of like Goku like being not the main character anymore, but Gohan, and then like all of a sudden Gohan is too passive. And I think like, dude, you have like a 7-year time skip. Or like a 10-year. Is it 10-year? No, 7-year time skip, right? But you have like a time skip. Gohan can be anyone you want. Like, Gohan does not need to be a passive character when he's an adult, you know? And then like all of that, and then like and I love the idea of fusion, but like the Boo saga had like, so the Cell saga had a lot of power-ups, right? The Cell saga is like Super Saiyan as its baseline. And then you had like Piccolo, who surpassed that with an Namekian form, with like fusing with Kami. Then you had like Cell powering up. Then you had like full power Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks. Then you had like Super Vegeta and Ultra Trunks, which is like grade 2 or grade 3. The super pumped up versions. And then after that you had Super Saiyan 2. So you had like 4 versions of Super Saiyan in that. But it's like more gradual from like 1 to 2. And then we had like the Boo saga, which was like a clusterfuck, because they had like, not only had everyone attained Super Saiyan 2, but like Super Saiyan 3, Fusion, Potara Fusion, Ultimate Gohan, Absorption. Did I forget something? It's like, oh, there's so many concepts thrown in there, which is like, why Toriyama, right? And like, my other one that I always riff on, Katsuki Takahashi, rest his soul. Same with Akira Toriyama. Yu-Gi-Oh! Got very weak sauce at some point. The second everything revolved only about like the card game, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Got weaker. When it was more about like I think Battle City was like a very good arc. The problem after Battle City is like after that the final arc starts. Like, just as a reminder, like there's nothing in me, like there's like 3 filler arcs between Battle City and like the final arc. In like the anime, in the manga, it's like Battle City, Marek has like the thing on his back, and then like Bakura strikes, right? But like I think every time Yu-Gi-Oh! Played with like the mysticism, it was way more interesting. But then like everything became like only monsters. And then like when Dual Monsters was over, they did GX, and GX feels like what I feel about JoJo, but worse. Where like Joseph was funny, but like still not overpowered. Like Jane Yuki was like weird. But yeah, like that's I'm just like putting away the parts. Okay. So I can do 2 more and then I need to go. But yeah, it's like they're like all, every writer has like his strengths and weaknesses. I'm not a strong writer myself. I'm like not really strong. I'm a very reactive person. Like the only writing I do is like for my campaigns right now, and the writing I do is by nature very, very reactive. And I always think I want to measure myself up to like very big works of like lore and stuff like that. Though I think that is like in some areas heavily flawed as well. Because like what my players mostly enjoy are the characters and the interactions with those. I think I don't know if it like you can say it like very honestly, but I think like one of my strongest parts of my Pathfinder and D&D campaigns are my characters. If you're still there, Ikasero. I think that's like the strong suit are like the social interactions. Because like for the characters, I have like full on sheets how they behave, or what their reactions to stuff and shit is, because I put way more work. Yeah, I think that's like the strong suit of like of the stories I do are the characters, because like I put way more work into those. The world itself is like, okay, like you can make only so many differentiations here with like a fantasy setting. Like you can make it so grand or so based on reality how much you want it, and like that there's like always stuff that pops up again and again, right? Magical academies, kingdoms, empires, stuff like that. But I try to at least like do spins on like the settings, because I don't want to be like the guy who does, oh, he has done a normal fantasy setting where elves and dwarves are somewhat rivals because they have like different outlooks on nature and shit and stuff like that. But like I think like what my players find usually, at least from my perspective, is like they find a few characters they really, really, really enjoy, and it's very, very, very hard, and I mean very hard, not to like basically have them be there the entire time, because then we go into like that the NPC thing, which I also hate. So yeah, but like I think that's my strong suit is just like the characters. What I would say the worlds are like okay, and the combats well. I somehow put way less thoughts into like the main meat of like playing an RPG, and that is the combats. I have ideas for combats, but usually I don't know. Sometimes I lack creativity, or I often lack creativity for combats. But yeah. But that's like my perspective on things. Could also be that I'm not like the best person at improv, I would say. That like my words are a bit static, because like I like much of the stuff is like actually pre-written, and I don't know how many DMs just like flat out just say, okay, I sit here and just like improvise everything. Like that, of course, I cannot know, but like I don't like to improvise too much. I think too much improvisation forces you into like forgetting shit. Like many people, when I start improvising, I most of the time forget stuff. That's my biggest problem. Because I do take notes, but once I've taken the notes, they just like, I don't know, I put them on delete sometimes. Like I've like 2 distinct moments, I think, where like my players reminded me of something that I improvised, and then I was like, oh shit, right. And that is very bad. I mean, then again, if someone does not realize that you actually forgot or improvised there, no harm, no foul, right? Nobody will ever know. But like, I hate that. Like, I'm like a man who hates like not having integrity. Like, integrity is so much for me. Like actually, it's like one of the most important things to me as a person. Is that like a person is like A, honest with themselves, B, honest with me, and C, is not like a hypocrite. I hate hypocrites. Like not like hypocrisy. Like sometimes everyone is a bit of a hypocrite, right? Like I cannot say I want to save nature while I'm sitting here taking like literally like painting PLA that has like waste related to it, right? That's of course a bit hypocritical. But like, for example, like I hate, and it's everyone else's decision, but I hate when people, for example, condemn game companies. For example, Blizzard. Blizzard is like my go-to for that. They condemn Blizzard for like literally like molesting women and like basically having like workplace abuse and in some cases rape, right? And then they say, well, but Blizzard games are fun, and I'm like, yeah, they are, but I don't want to support them. And they're like, yeah, but they are only the bad apples. The good apples, they make the games. And I'm like, no. Sorry. It's like that's what I mean in general. Like I hate that when like people try to like argue themselves out of a position they cannot defend themselves in, and then say, well, no, it's totally different, right? Like it cannot be like, in my opinion, just my opinion, you cannot be a man or a woman who is in a relationship with a partner of like the female occupation, right? Like you cannot be together with a woman and like support Blizzard, because like if you have a smidge of empathy, like this much of empathy, maybe this much, then like you could like reflect on if you would support that company if your wife or your partner was like molested there. Right? Like that's my main point. Like I like if I would never let like my partner work at Blizzard, I would not support them. That's that easy for me, right? But yeah, it's like that's what I just hate. Like people who are like acting then high and mighty and say, well, I'm like all for the rights of people and I'm like against that kind of thing, and then they support companies like that. Or like, for me, like one of the things I hate more than anything is like supporting Nestle. But like, I'm not like one of the people who's supporting like, I don't know, Greenpeace, who also does heinous shit. So like, like I'm not supporting just another like asshole organization just to like protect another, like just to like try to take down another, because that is like dystopian That's like dystopian shit. You know? I cannot go to Nestle and say, okay, Nestle, hey. With meat, there's like, I think with meat, personally, I think there's some distinction. With meat, there's like some distinctions. For example, how is the meat sourced? Ah, fuck me. I kicked something over. Dude, this is like horrible. I've kicked over so much shit today. Oh my god. Well, I need to clean up my living room soon. Like, there's like so many like meats that are like sourced, well, better than others. Let's say like this. So like, yeah, I can get that more than like I would not buy meat from a company that or try not to buy meat from companies that are like literally like putting animals into like small cages and torturing them to death. That's no. I'm happy to like spend more money for like better meat. Just like so like other animals don't have to suffer even if I want to eat meat. But yeah, in theory, like I've like had weeks and months. I think for 2 months, 3 years ago during COVID, I had like 2 months where I just like sat down and said, okay, I'm eating like 2 months only vegetarian, and that worked fine. Like I don't have any objections with that. Like I also am like one of the people who eats like meat free when I want. So like I'm not one of the people who's like sitting there and say I need to eat meat every day. That's like crazy, man. That's like.
The mysterious, the unexplainable.
But yeah.
That is why you are here. And now for the first time.
But like I would never say I would never sit here and say, okay, I cannot stand the suffering of animals in general, but then eat meat. That is like for me a contradiction. I say, okay, I can stand it. I'm honest. Yes, I could stand that, but like I eat meat, right? Yeah, that's the same. That's the same for me as well. I don't buy from local farmers only, but I try to get it like mostly from like fresh sourced and like products that are just like or like from product lines that are better than like in Germany we have like, for example, it's not the best, but we have like those bio products that are a bit better sourced and stuff like that. But like when I get to like a butcher shop, I get my meat there. I don't have like any problem with that. We had one like near where my parents lived. There's like a butcher like 10 minutes away, like on foot, 2 minutes with a car, literally. Like and that is like that was a good shop. They have like from like local farmers and stuff, right? It's like a very good shop. You paid of course a bit more, but you don't need to eat meat every day in theory. Yeah, it's really, really good. And again, I'm absolutely honest and say, okay, yeah, I eat meat. I know what I'm like getting into, but I would never sit here and say, oh no, those poor farm animals. I'm not one of those people because I hate that hypocrisy. Like if I can, I buy it. I also bought like shitty supermarket meat. I'm honest, but I'm honest and say that I do. Instead of like sitting here and saying, no, I would never do that. Never would I ever, right? Like, I've done that. It's not good, but like, I've done it. I've also bought like frozen pizza, which also has that shitty meat on them. So like, yeah. But that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, by the way, we cannot do much more anymore because everywhere is like sitting these muddy things. I will be back on Tuesday. I need to stop streaming now. because I need to do stuff for my master stuff. So I will head off now. On Tuesday, again, we will stream. On Thursday, we will stream. On Friday, we will stream. That is the plan. We will see, however, but that is the plan. I wish every one of you a good start to the week, a nice weekend. And remember, you're cherished and stuff like that. I think about you sometimes. No, I'm not fucking running. But no, remember, like, have a good one. Have a good start into the week. And we'll see each other on Tuesday, where I will paint more minis. Tuesday will be mini painting. Way. So goodbye. See you.